Hey everyone, it's Rachel with Rachel's Wig Reform. So I have a few things I want to go over with you today, and then I also have another wig that I want to show you. But first I'm going to start with the hat that I'm wearing. You have seen me wear this hat in a lot of my pictures on Facebook and Instagram. I have a lot of people that will message me or ask, where did I get this hat? I purchased it at Walmart years ago. It's been quite a few years, honestly. I started wearing these hats when I had my shorter pixie cut hair and it started to thin and I got the bald spots. That's why I purchased these hats. Now, something about me is when I like something, I buy several of them because I panic that I may never find them again. I kind of have a problem with that, to be honest. So this silver hat, I have 3 of them. I also purchased it in black. This is my newer one, and this is my newer one. I have my older ones. Here's my old silver one. You can see that has paint on it from me redoing my kitchen. So I wear this when I'm cooking, gardening, cleaning. Just, this is my old version of it. Or if I'm at like a bonfire when I'm camping, because man, you can really get the smell. Here is my super, super old one for my black one. This is the first one that I started wearing. This has gone through the wash machine a handful of times. You can see how this one is nicer than this. Then I still have one of each with the tags on them in my closet. A few years ago, JCPenney came out with a V-neck short sleeve, like summer loose fitting top where it was that material, kind of like an Under Armour material where it doesn't fade or shrink. Okay, I have a closet upstairs and it's full of those shirts. Like, I don't think I'll ever wear them out because I got obsessed. They were like $5, so I just kept buying them. I'll probably get buried in one, to be honest. Okay, so that is my thing with the hat. Now, I have purchased a hat similar to this off from Amazon. I am going to look for that link, and if I find it or I find hats that are similar to this, I'm going to put those in the description box. So make sure you expand the description box. Can't talk today. I know, shocking. And look for that. If I don't find anything that's comparable, I will just put, sorry, I couldn't find anything. But I just wanted to mention where I received these hats. The other thing I want to show you is I have been using that red hot air brush for tons of my videos where the attachments can come off and I use it to train the bangs, blah, blah, blah. I was in Walmart. Oh, sorry, I don't know why this is unstable. It seems to be shaking. But anyways, I was in Walmart and I saw they had like a display area with some brand new products in there, and there was a hot air brush that caught my attention. And this is it. It says Wild by Primrose, however they want to pronounce it. Anyways, this is just slightly different. It's a bigger base than my red one. I can get that out for you. So the base is just a little bigger. It has 3 settings. It has a low and a medium, and then it has just a cool air setting. The brush on this is bigger than the brush from my red hot air brush. So you can kind of see the difference there. It's a little different. Also, the brush attachment is bigger. This is from my red one. This is from the new one. So this is going to give looser waves or curl. It also has like a wand attachment on it where you can take your hair and wrap it around and create some curls with it. Now, this could be very effective with your non-heat defiant wigs. I really have not tried this yet, to be completely honest, but this is the 3rd attachment that comes with that, so that's kind of unique. And then also you can take all the attachments off and use this like a blow dryer, like I have done with training my bangs or whatever. So it has a lot of uses to it, and then you don't have to deal with a blow dryer in several different pieces of things. I'm going to put this, I'm not going to put that on there yet, but I might be using this hot air brush for this video. Okay, I think I've been talking so fast I might pass out here. Oh, also this one new comb that I got too, I showed this a while ago. This was in that display with all of these different hot air tools that you can purchase. And then they have flat irons and curling irons. They have quite a bit. And I've been in a few Walmarts and I've checked out each kind of beauty product aisle, and most of them all have that display with these products on it, so it's kind of easy to find. Okay, let's talk about the new wig that I got. I got Kendall by Jon Renau. I ordered this off from the Wig Outlet. I received a Veterans Day additional 20% off code. This is available to everybody too. If you go to Wig Outlet and sign up for the emails, you will get the additional 20% off. Now, let me explain what the Wig Outlet is. It is an open boxed wig sale. Basically what this says is somebody ordered this wig and for whatever reason didn't like it. They tried it on and returned it. The color probably didn't work or the style didn't work, whatever it might be. They inspect it, rebox it up, and put it on the Wig Outlet site for substantially cheaper than what it would be full price. And then when they run the additional 20% off, you kind of can't beat the price on it. The other thing that I love about the Wig Outlet is they are the fastest shipping company that I've ever ordered from. I ordered this wig and 15 minutes later, I got the email that it had shipped. It said that it wasn't supposed to be here until tomorrow, actually. I forget what day it is, on Wednesday, and I received it on Monday morning. So it's very fast, and it comes through the United States Postal Service. They also have very easy and convenient return and super simple to do. They are in conjunction with the website wigs.com. Now, the only thing about your Wig Outlet, you kind of have to stalk it because they might not even have that wig at all. There might not be any available. Then you see that there is an available wig, but it's not your color, like not even close. I'm looking for blondes, and sometimes I'll look at a certain wig and it will only be like reds or darker shades. And so it just doesn't work for me. So I kind of have to stalk it and, check it out. But anyways, I purchased Jon Renau Kendall. This is the second Kendall that I had purchased. The very first one that I had, I actually didn't do a review on it because I didn't have my wig channel at the time. I used that Kendall to experiment with. I did a lot of my thinning on that one. I did a lot of the plucking of the parts and the hairline. I even cut out the ear tabs on that Kendall. I did a lot to it. So this is my first official review of Kendall. I got this color in 22F16. I want to make sure I said that to you correct. It's also known as blonde. Yeah, 22F16. It's also known as blonde brownie. Now this is described as a light ash blonde with a darker ash blonde nape. It says ash. I see a lot of warm tones in it too. Then at times I see just kind of a neutral. Then in other lighting, I see the ash. Just one of those wigs where the coloring is going to be different based on the lighting, honestly. There's going to be some lighting where you're going to feel like this is a very warm wig, and then other times you're going to see it as more ashy. Just one of those things. Now I have some other blondes here from Jon Renau that I want to compare it to. This is Venice Blonde. So you can see the difference in the two. Venice Blonde, blonde brownie. And you can see even as I get them up closer to the light, the color brightens up, and as I take it away, it gets a little darker because lighting is just going to change it. Okay, so this is Venice Blonde. And then this is Palm Springs Blonde. Palm Springs Blonde is quite ashy. And when I put these two together, I see more ash in this, just in a darker tone. Now the difference with the blonde brownie is that it is not rooted. So you can see Palm Springs Blonde is a rooted color. Blonde Brownie is not. And Venice Blonde is also a rooted color. Now, I did put this wig on already to check it out. And I got to tell you, it's a huge improvement from my very first Kendall that I ever ordered. It has a full mono top to it. Very nice. Has the velvet ear tabs, the extended nape, and the Velcro adjusters, and the open wefted cap. So what are the differences that I found? Number one, the ear tabs are thinner. I don't know why. I can't explain it. Again, it was over 1.5 years ago that I ordered my first Kendall. The ear tabs were kind of so thick that's why I cut them off. It was one of those wigs where I just knew I didn't care for these ear tabs, and I was trying to wear glasses with it, and it was very, very challenging. Okay, now this has just kind of a soft wave to it. The waves don't go really all the way up. It kind of comes down and then gets a little wavy. And my first Kendall had more, sorry, let me get this out of my face. My first Kendall had waves that went up just a little bit more. So this sort of seems like straight and then kind of down here into these curls. And some of the curls are a little, I don't know, I think they're too tight down here at the bottom so that it doesn't really go with this. And that's why I'm going to use my hot air brush to soften that. Let me do a 360 for you before I move on or forget. One of the things that I noticed right away with this one is the density is 100% better. The first Kendall that I got, I had to thin it out so much that the fibers I took out of it, I think I could have made another Kendall. That's how much was in there. I also noticed that Kendall had more permatease in it. I don't feel anything. Maybe right a little here, but there's hardly any permatease in this at all. And then I also believe that the hairline just feels thinner around up in here. It doesn't feel so heavy. My other one felt heavy. It was one of those wigs that when my husband saw it, he said, I can tell that's a wig because of the hairline. He just didn't care for it. So the Kendall wig is the one that made me start to mess with my wigs. All right, so let me show you the hairline here. It's done super well. There's some lace here, but there's not a ton of lace extending past the hairline like I find with some Jon Renau wigs, not like the light cap where there's like a mile long of lace. This just seems to be, there's just less lace. I'm not even sure. Let me see if I can like kind of pull it up so you can see. Well, geez. Like there's not a big overhang of the lace. And I like how they put the lighter highlights through there, but it's not overwhelming. It's not like a Raquel Welch wig. I don't care for that highlight in the hairline. Then it's a full mono top, so you can adjust the part. Now let me show you. The mono top goes all the way around to here. So from here to here, and then it goes from here up to the hairline. So this is a big, nice section that you can switch this part to. Just had my comb. Where is it? Now see, when I'm looking at this wig right now, to me, it looks very warm. It's a very golden tone to it. But when I pull it back like this, now I see the more ash in it. So like I said, these colors, just because they say that they're going to be an ash tone, sorry, it doesn't necessarily mean they're going to be. All right, let me mess with this part just a little bit. Not a fan of the middle parts for me. In whatever way this is going to want to go. The worst part about a wig right out of the box is getting the part where you want it, getting it moved around, getting all of these ridiculous pieces of fibers that fall in your face. So this is not where it wants to go because it came to me in the middle part. So I'm going to show you how I use the hot air brush. And honestly, I don't think I'm going to have to thin this wig at all, like I had to the other one. So I'm just going to put it on the low setting. And I'm going to pull it back away from my face. And I'm just going to kind of hit it with some air. I don't have it right on top of it. Just a little bit. And then I'll let it cool just a touch. And I will just keep repeating that until I get it how I want it to be. And you can see already how it's starting to move over to the side like that. You can lift this higher. You can pull it back farther if you want to. The other thing that I like to do is I like to do it on this side too, because I don't like this like all down into my face. So I'm just going to grab that, pull it back. Not really used to this brush yet. This is kind of the first time I'm really using it. I sort of forgot I had it back there. And I just was in habit of always pulling out my red hot air brush. Okay, and so that will help with, well, what was that? Oh, that was my earring. All right, well, we'll get that later. So when you have like, see how this piece right here, it doesn't know what it wants to do. It's just kind of up. But I really want that piece should come over to this way because of the way I'm parting it. I will use the heat in the same way. So I'll just grab a hold of that and I'm going to kind of put some tension on it. And then I'm just going to hit it with some of this heat. And it will help redirect that. So don't be afraid to use some air, warm air, on your non-heat defiant wigs. If you want to help train the part, you can just kind of pull it and hit the fibers on each side. This one. And you just kind of hit it with some warm air, let it cool a little bit, and I'm rushing the process just for the video. But you can see how that's not as bumpy anymore there. And then you can come over here and kind of pull this down, hit it with some heat, and that will help with your part. Now I'm going to pluck a part into this. Even though, I mean, I don't think I'm going to have to pluck much because it's not rooted and it really just kind of looks like your scalp right now. So you can see some of these blonde highlights around here, but again, they're not like they're not like dominant like some of the Raquel Welch wigs are. And I don't know if I grew or what, but I feel like I'm always like having to squat to get into this camera. And I don't know what the deal is because I'm already 6 feet tall. I don't need to be taller. So do you see how some of these curls, they're a little too tight. I feel like it doesn't, for me, again, this is always just for me, that it's just too much. Like it kind of comes down and then it's like, whoop, okay, now here's my curls. I want to brush that out a little bit. I'm going to pull some of that curl out. How am I going to do that? I'm going to use my hot air brush. Again, you think I'm having an earthquake in here. I can see that camera moving. Where'd my brush go? Here it is. So let's see how I can maneuver with this. And what I'm going to do, get it on the low heat. I'm just going to grab it and slowly brush through it with just a little bit of tension. Okay? Just to kind of blend that big swoop in there. Now some people might like that, and that's what they're going for. So again, this is just me showing you some of the things that I do with my wigs, and you might have the same problem. It might not even be with the Kendall wig. It could be with a completely different wig, and now you know that you can do this. So it's just starting to soften that up a little bit. And you can run it underneath too. And I am not using any product, and I'm not wetting my hair down. So this is not in any way like the steaming technique would be. I feel like if I was to use a steamer, I would probably ruin this quite quickly, because the steam sometimes can take all the movement out of your wig. I've ruined one before, and that's why I kind of started going with this technique. And I've never ever ruined a wig. Nothing has ever fried my ends, nothing. I've never had an issue with it. So you can see it's actually going to start to make it look a little longer too. And I will just keep going through this until I get, my eye-hand coordination is not very good, till I get it to where I want it. So see how that's not as tight of a curl anymore? It's a little softer. You can also use this to redirect your bangs away from your face too, and brush it this way. So there's a couple different options, and that will create a little more of a lift too. Okay. And I kind of go over and under with both. All right. So you can see it. Let me turn this off. You can see a difference already with this side versus this side. This is just kind of curlier and tighter, and this is just stretching out the waves a little bit more. And now you can see that this side looks just a little longer. I use this technique on Avalon by Estetica. The one that I received was a little tighter and curl than what I was used to, so I just kind of did the same thing and brushed that brush attachment through there until I got it and softened it the way I wanted to. Another thing that you can do with this hot air brush, or even just a blow dryer, to be honest, if you, just like you train your bangs to go away from your face, if you want to create more of a lift, you can redirect it and just hit it right at the root. I'm going to hit it with some cold air too. The main thing is if you don't hit it with the cold air, you want to let it cool. You can kind of touch it. So then when I let that go back over, see how it's creating the lift in there? So if you're somebody that wants some volume, do you see the difference that made just by redirecting? And then I could do the same thing over here. And I can do it actually all the way around. I can do it back here to create more lift there. And I would just continue to do that little lift until I got it to the way I wanted it. Plus also, you probably would have to do it maybe every other time that you wear your wig. Sometimes when I want that lift like that, or I want my bangs out of my face, every time I put it on, I hit it with a little bit of air. The other thing that I do, and this is my very last thing, if I can find it, here it is Jon Renau Peace Out Cream. I absolutely love this stuff. I take a little of it, put it into my hands. I make sure I get everything rubbed in good, else otherwise you get like white clumps. And then just go up and lift that up and away with some of that Peace Out cream. So you can see I'm just styling the one side. So this has been, the curl's been loosened. I've lifted the bangs, and now I just want them out of my face a little bit more. And I just add the little bit of Peace Out cream, and I'm kind of pulling down on these curls, stretching them out. And then I like to brush that Peace Out cream right up against my hairline. And what that will do is it will help keep those little tiny fibers from falling down into your face. Once I get the part plucked in, I will kind of do it around the part, and then I'll also do it around this side of my face too, just to keep those little flyaways from coming in. Another thing that you can do is you can take it and go underneath here and just kind of pull some of these fibers together with that Peace Out cream, because you know how you can get those little tiny loose ones from right here that will start to fall in your face? Doing this just kind of attaches them to the other fibers so they don't get so crazy and flying in your face all the time. Okay. And then you can add a little bit of hairspray. I really like, if I can find it, the Wig Wax by Trezzler. And I would just put a little bit up in here. What I like about the Trezzler is that it's kind of like a blend between the Peace Out cream and hairspray. Sometimes hairspray is just holding your hair, where the Trezzler adds like some texture to your hair. It almost gives it that that dirty feel. Like when you have a bio hair and your hair is really clean and silky, it's harder to fix. But when you have, when your hair is just a little dirtier, it's easier to work with. I mean, you obviously don't want it filthy. But anyways, this is Kendall by Jon Renau. It is not a real, I think it was popular, but you don't hear about Kendall much anymore. And honestly, I'm really liking this. I wish they had it in Palm Springs Blonde, but they didn't. This was my closest color on the wig outlet, and I wanted to take advantage of the additional 20% off. Okay, so make sure you expand the description box so you can see all of the links that I'm going to put in there. I'll have the Wig Wax, the Jon Renau Peace Out Cream, the wig outlet. Make sure you sign up so you can get the emails. And I will try to find the links for my hot air brush to put that there, but that is Walmart, and I recently purchased it. And then I'll also attempt to find you some hats similar to mine. Very last thing, don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and we'll talk with you soon.